Hi, in this video, I wanted to show you how you might create your garden journal. This is going to require your acceptance of some technology. Now, when I told people I was going to teach a gardening class online, the number one response I got was gardeners don't like computers. However, I'm out to show that that's just not an appropriate position. Using technology really helps you to treasure your garden resource, and it also helps you to learn from your own experience. So it provides you with a record of what you do from year to year, which we all say we're going to do, but we don't really. It can be done with simply pictures that are dated. So this is just a start for you documenting your life as an agroecologist. So I think I just told you why curation is important, but if you have concerns about privacy, you don't want your blog to be available to others, don't worry, you can make any web page completely private and no one could have access to it. And if you change, for example, the sharing settings after the class, then none of your classmates and even me can be blocked out. It can just be for you. All right, so most people have a Google or an Office 365 account, and that's a great place to start. I am using WordPress. I really like my website that I've built in WordPress, and although my entire world is in Google, I really not about to change my website, and they speak to each other quite well. So our first step in the first module is to think about how you're going to curate your garden journal and how you're going to share it to me. And what I want to do in this video is show you some easy ways to do that. So if you have a Google account, up here in your Google area you have this grid, and then you have a drive. Maybe you've used it, maybe you haven't. Even if you haven't used it, I guarantee you there are things in there that people have emailed you. And then look at all these folders I have. Okay, let's go into here. All right, we're working on a garden program, a urban garden camp program. So this is where I'm sharing files with the other teachers who are writing lessons. And you can see that we can upload Word files, PDF, Excel spreadsheets, just about anything. You can make folders inside of folders. We have images here. Um, this is a folder that Sarah created and she shared it with me, so it's in my drive. And this is a folder that Jen created and she shared it with me. And this is a template that I've created that they then can open and write in and make it their own. So if you don't want to have a website, for sure, without a doubt, you can just use a cloud-based function like this. Almost all email comes with this nowadays, so it doesn't have to be Google. So let me show you some of these other tools that are in Google before we go away. So there's a whole classroom. You could design a classroom and share it with us, but I didn't do this for this class because you have to have a Gmail account, and I didn't want to force people to use a different email. Google Plus is a cool feature. It's kind of like Facebook. It keeps a running thread, and I can make posts to it. And I have run classes through this in a Google community. So let's look at one of those. So this is a class I used to teach. And essentially we had a number of discussions over here. And everyone can post to this common thread. And it comes out really nicely. You can post to people very specifically. And I am even probably likely to use this for this gardening class over time because in my WordPress site I cannot line up these comments. I can't really see who's responding to who, but you're going to be making your own pages, so I would imagine that the comment that is directed towards you would be on your page. It wouldn't be in the classroom. But we'll work that out. We're just getting this class started. So you can see that here I'm talking to my students, sharing the same kinds of materials that I am sharing in our WordPress classroom. And there's some very specific conversation between individual people, great images right in the row. So this is the kind of gardening journal we're looking for. You can, like I said, just use your drive, and that's not going to look as pretty as this community here, but it's still going to do the job. So we looked at Google Plus, we looked at the Google Drive, and we really briefly looked at the Google Classroom. Now I just want to go over to WordPress and show you what you can do here. Oh, I'm already logged in, of course. Let's pretend like I am not logged in. Okay, so here with WordPress, you can get apps for your desktop or your mobile device, and you can put this right onto your computer, and I'll show you where I build the pages. It's much like using a Word document. It's very simple. You can write HTML. I pay $40 a month just to be able to control some advertising. I don't want any advertising to appear, and I want to be able to change my WordPress site URL to something other than Maggie Gaddis at WordPress. So that's how I got ecocity.partners. So let's go over here. Here's our course. So this is us just looking at it right now, but if I want to edit anything, I go to the bottom and I log in. Okay, so now here I am in the backside, and you can just make a post. That would be like a blog post. I don't really do that often because I'm working on my PhD. But I do have lots of pages. These are different blogs I've kept. So this was a blog for that class we just looked at in the Google communities. And this is a blog that I subscribe to. And this is my normal blog that we're going to look at. Now, I pretty much just set this up like a web page. There's a parent page, and then there are links inside of it. And when I want to edit something, just go into here. This is a botany course I've taught, or I teach all the time, I should say. Now look, this is my area, okay? You just come in here and you type whatever. There are simple formatting guidelines, so you can put a style sheet behind it so you know like that it's going to be the colors you want it to be or the font that you want it to be, but you have those tools and then all these tools that we're used to just using a Word document. And then you get, oops, all sorts of free storage here. So when I go in here to add media, these are just pictures that I've uploaded over time. And this is like permanent storage. I could delete them from my computer and just use this to keep my garden journal. You can create galleries. I'll show you a gallery that I've made. You can insert YouTube URL, whatever you want. Okay, so let's get out of here. We don't want to save this. Now let's go look over here at one of these galleries. This is kind of fun. If I can find it. Right here. So here's the gallery that we made when we were breaking our garden. I should really make a new video. This was in 2016. And these are just images that I linked together, and it tells such a beautiful story, and it shows the children growing up, and that's what it looked like before. Let's just stop there for a second because you will see a video in a few minutes of my backyard and it looks way different. But this is the before picture. I was thinking you needed to see that. So it was all grass, and everywhere where I show that I have flowers was rock, just rock. So stay tuned to that next video. Alright, so you've got WordPress, you've got Google Tools. Those are the ones that I'm most familiar with using, but a lot of people have 365 accounts, and there are literally a plethora of options out there for you. The main thing is you will have to be able to share it to me with a URL. I don't have the capacity to take 50 megabyte sized files, and that will just limit your ability really to use photos in your journal. So let me know how I can help you, and we'll see. Stay tuned to the next video.